are delighted to be joined on the podcast by World Cup winner and current Springbok superstar Jesse Kriel to talk us through the recent Autumn Nations Cup and his career in general. But first, we do also have some breaking news to bring everybody. It's been announced that Eddie Jones has been fired by the RFU as England head coach after their worst year since 2008 and will be replaced by Steve Borthwick. Boys, reaction, please.
I fucking told you. I told you, Max.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. I was wrong. And Ed Joe's out, mate. End of an era.
Unbelievable. And I called it. I said he was out. You know, with the results, the way that England were going, it was due.
Well, Jesse, you know, you're joining us from Japan. Arigato. How do you feel about helping nail that one in the coffin with his very last game?
Oh, you're out of order, Jesse. It's all your fault.
It's a tough first question. But no, obviously it's very, very unfortunate. I think whenever a coach gets sacked or anything like that, it's never nice, you know. And I think obviously we've, as South Africa, have kind of been through that phase before where things kind of didn't go our way. And I think the positive thing in it is that England have really got a great squad and unbelievable players. And I really think that they know that they'll be able to kind of just get better from here on inwards. So yeah, I think that's kind of the positive out of the whole situation.
How long has Eddie Jones been in there for?
7 years.
Mate, it's been a while. Yeah.
That is big, isn't it?
It's huge, pal. But yeah, as we said, big Steve Borthwick gets the reins. His game plan is going to suit them very well. And I reckon it's pretty easy to implement as well in a short period of time. So yeah,
Steve's been at Leicester, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's been at Leicester.
Yeah. I know the South African boys speak really highly of him, and they really enjoy him over there. So,
mate, we played Leicester on Saturday, just gone. That geezer Jasper Visas. He eats all the weird bits in the morning, doesn't he? My God,
he is an absolute machine, and even a better guy off the field. So yeah, he's a great player. Really doing well over there.
Jesse, talk us through. I mean, you've basically been through exactly what England are about to go through, more or less, with a coach coming in months out from a World Cup. You know, how should England fans be excited?
Oh yeah, I think there's definitely always. I mean, you can look at it both ways. I think you either can people like to look at the drama of the whole situation and things like that, but I think. As I think players will be excited. I think fans should be excited because, I mean, we all know that England have got unbelievable quality in their squad. And I think obviously results have been, not on their side of late, but I think everyone should be really excited with the caliber of players they have. I think that's what everyone kind of should be focusing on going forward, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think they've got a bit stale, a bit stagnant. So someone fresh coming in, even though it might not be a nice running game of rugby they're going to do, there's going to be a bit of difference there. And I reckon this could be big for England. Turn it round, big Six Nations. That makes me worry, believe it or not, for the first game, Scotland-England. Suddenly that's going to be a different game. I'm now looking at it going, oh, this is very different.
It was low-hanging fruit before, was it?
It was. It was easy pickings, boys. It was like right there. I could have taken it with my mouth, not even used my hands, straight off the tree. And now it's grown a little bit. Like you said, it is sad for someone to lose their job, but yeah, it's quite an interesting time. And we all looked at it and said, "Fuck, it's close to a World Cup to do it." But ballsy from the RFU, and like we said, I think something needed to be done. Caliber player in there, yeah, exciting times for England.
Jesse, weren't you a little bit shocked at how easy it was to walk over them with the talent they have?
I wouldn't say it was easy, mate. I think easy is putting it a bit light. I think it was definite. It was a bloody hard test match. I think we kind of in the past kind of knew what we didn't get right there, and I think if you look at all the games that we've just lost there, that all been really closely fought test matches. So I think we kind of went in the into all. I think all four of our games were really tough on the end of year tour, or on the autumn tour, I think you guys call it. And the results were really close. So we really wanted to end the year off on a high. We had spoken about it as a group, and yeah, I think we just obviously got a few things right on the day, and I think we were pretty stoked with the performance. So yeah.
If we turn it around, are we going to miss? Because Eddie Jones is a real character,
Yeah,
right? Like it's been incredible having him around, and there's clearly so much that he has done that was very, very good for England. We need people like him in the game.
Yeah, mate. I think well, Eddie was part of the Japanese side in 2015. That I mean, yeah, we lost against them at the World Cup, and that was at the time everyone thought he was a wizard. So I mean, you guys will know as players. I mean, one day you're a villain, next day you're a superhero. So I think it's all just part of the ups and downs of the job or the thing that we do. And I think it's I think he's a great coach. He always, and I think Rassi said in the media a few times, rugby needs characters, it needs people that do things differently, that are not just, otherwise everyone's just the same and it gets a bit boring. So I think it's great to have characters like that in rugby.
He'll still be about. He's doing USA then next, isn't he? That's the chat.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's also a bit involved over here in Japan. I know he's come over here for a few visits at I think it is Suntory. So I know that the guys enjoy working with him, and he adds value over here. So I'm sure he'll make a success of wherever he goes.
You'd be so gutted if you're him, though, just because everything has been based. His entire directive since 2019 is, I will show you at the World Cup, and then you're like, you don't get a chance.
That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. This is pro rugby. This is pro sport. Success drive business. Right. So who are the first casualties in Borthwick's new regime? Who's getting dropped out of the starting lineup?
Well,
right.
Cockerell as a coach, I reckon's out there.
You reckon Cockerell straight out? Yeah. You go Clash. It'd be weird, wouldn't it? Oh look.
I don't know.
Do you reckon?
I reckon what we said last night, though. I reckon what we
reckon Marcus Smith's off?
I reckon he's on the bench now. Marcus Smith goes onto the bench. Owen Farrell goes in at 10. They go back to that. I think some of the fans were screaming for that, weren't they? As much as everyone loves Marcus Smith, I think he's their impact player off the bench to change the game up a little bit and go back to basics. So you'll probably see that. But yeah, back. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he'll change the squad that much. I think the players.
He'll just take. Yeah, I think the selection's right. Yeah. So no glaring outliers that you'd has to be in right now.
No, unless there's some light you can shed on people that he doesn't like.
Nah, I've not heard much bad about Steve. I've heard he's the man. Really nice dude. But that all changes when you crush dreams, doesn't it? Dun dun dun.
Jesse, from your perspective, who have you found actually very, very tricky to come up against in that England squad over the last Eddie Jones-ish period?
I think like the other boys have said, that it's an unbelievable squad. I think a guy like Manu, when he plays inside centre, definitely, I think he can be really destructive there, and it's obviously defensively it gets you to think a lot more. I also think a guy like Henry Slade, when he's been used for England in certain ways, they get a lot more width on their game, and that also gives them another dimension. So I mean, I could carry on naming a few guys, but I mean, I know everyone talks about Farrell as well, but I think Marcus Smith, he's just as good and can make something from nothing. I know Andre Estes is obviously in our squad, and he talks about Marcus a lot and how he runs the attack at Quinn. So I think unbelievable squad assist kit's going to be. I suppose it's a good position for them to be in terms of having selection headaches. It's always good having a lot of guys that have got quality in various positions. So I think it's probably a good position for them to be in.
Talking of Henry Slade, what a handsome man, which brings me nicely onto my next point, right, of handsome men. I don't know where Mark saw you, but have you had any fan mail or anything? Because he has not stopped going on about since the senior.
Fuck off. Okay, Ben. Oi,
No,
Jesse,
no. Hold on, this is going in there.
Fuck off.
Stop swearing.
Producer Ben. No, okay, so Jesse, this is what happened. We were doing Stephen Kitsoff, Salman and Marco van Staten. So we did the three guys for like a fun thing just before your game against England, right? And then we're coming out and we're there with all the kit and you're walking out and there's literally people waiting to take a photo with you. And Ben and I turned to ourselves laughing, going, well, he just makes us feel shit about life. Because you were looking like...
I think it was his calf, Mark.
And Mark, how many beers did you have, mate? It probably wasn't me.
Ever since then, he has not stopped talking about you. So if you've received any weird fan mail or if like your pants have gone missing out your suitcase, it's probably Mark.